dangers and blessings await those who dare to share the good news in a hostile world. What authority did Jesus give the 12 disciples? He called his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to throw them out, and to heal every disease and every sickness. Did this mean that even Judas, who later betrayed Jesus, had these powers? The first of the 12 apostles was Simon, better known as Peter. His brother Andrew was an apostle, and so were James and John, the 2 sons of Zebedee. Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus were also apostles. The others were Simon, known as the Eager One, and Judas Iscariot, who later betrayed Jesus. On their first missionary journey, what special instructions did Jesus give the disciples? These 12 Jesus sent out instructing them, "Go nowhere among the Gentiles, and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and proclaim as you go, saying the kingdom of heaven's at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without paying, give without pay." What were they not to take on this training exercise? Provide neither gold nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. Where were they to stay? And whatever city or village you enter, inquire who's worthy in it, and stay at his house until you leave that city. As you enter the house, give it your greeting. If the house is worthy, see that your blessing of peace comes upon it. What if they were not welcomed by an unworthy household? But if it's not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever will not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart from that house or city, shake off the dust from your feet. Assuredly I say to you, it'll be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Are there dangers in the mission field? I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore be as shrewd as snakes, and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard. You'll be handed over to the local councils, and be flogged in the synagogues. On my account, you'll be brought before governors and kings, as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. Should disciples worry about what to say if wrongly arrested? When you're arrested, don't worry about how to respond or what to say. God will give you the right words at the right time. For it's not you who'll be speaking. It'll be the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Do they even have enemies within and outside their own families? Brother will deliver up brother to death, and the father his child. Children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. You'll be hated by all men for my name's sake. Is there salvation for those who endure? Throughout the Bible, salvation is spoken of as was saved, am being saved, and will be saved. It's a process. But whoever stands firm until the end will be saved. Should they just stand there passively taking persecution, or may they flee? When people mistreat you in one town, hurry to another. I promise you, before you've gone to all the towns of Israel, the Son of Man will come. Are insults to be expected? A disciple's not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It's enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. If they've called the master of the house Beelzebul, an insulting name of the devil, how much more will they malign those of his household? Should they be afraid or bold? Therefore, don't be afraid of them, since there's nothing covered that won't be uncovered, and nothing hidden that won't be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the light. What you hear in a whisper, proclaim on the housetops. Why not fear death? And don't fear them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him who's able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Aren't 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't fear, therefore. You're of more value than many sparrows. What about publicly confessing Jesus? Therefore, everyone who confesses me before people, I'll also confess him before my Father who's in heaven. But whoever denies me before people, I'll also deny him before my Father who's in heaven. What about peace on earth? Don't suppose that I've come to bring peace to the earth. I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. For I've come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Who comes first in our lives? He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Is this like taking up our own cross? If you refuse to take up your cross and follow me, you're not worthy of being mine. Does this have anything to do with living a life of self-sacrifice? He who seeks his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. What of those who welcome Jesus' disciples? Those who receive you are also receiving me, and those who receive me are receiving the one who sent me. Those who receive a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. Those who receive a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. I assure you that everybody who gives even a cup of cold water to these little ones, because they're my disciples, will certainly be rewarded. If we're serious about spreading God's good news, then we'll share in the suffering and joys of Christ, as did countless generations before us. What are our priorities? You decide.